Hi, I'm Perry Black right here at Second Chance Youth Ranch TV, and my goodness, do we have a good show tonight. Our Daily Operations Director, Rachel Hubbard, sits down with two of our young ladies who have graduated from Second Chance Youth Ranch, and they've been adopted, and we're going to find out about their new life journey. So don't go away, we'll be right back.
I'm Rachel Hubbard. My husband Billy and I are the directors at Second Chance Youth Ranch, and I'm super excited to be here today with two of my very most favorite girls in the entire world. So we are going to talk with two girls who used to be in foster care, and they lived at Second Chance Youth Ranch, and they are going to tell you a little bit about their life at the ranch, a little bit about their life now, and hopefully they're going to say wonderful things about how we changed their lives, right? So I want to introduce you guys to Christina Bowman. She is 19 years old. And Christina, how long did you live at Second Chance Ranch?
5.5 years.
She put up with us for 5.5 years. You're just such an angel. I'm so proud of you. And this is Morgan Cobb. Morgan is 18. Don't know how that's possible, but she is supposedly 18 now, even though she's still our baby. And how long did you live at the ranch, Morgan?
Almost 2 years.
Almost 2 years. So both of these girls, we consider them ours. Once you live at the ranch for any amount of time, you're one of our babies for the rest of your life, and I will unashamedly refer to you that way. But they have both moved in with the most amazing, wonderful families and been adopted, and they are just, we couldn't be prouder of these girls, and we couldn't be more thankful for their families. Okay, so girls, we want y'all to tell us a little bit, let's kind of start the story at the beginning. Tell us a little bit about maybe why you're in foster care, how you ended up at the ranch, that sort of thing. So, who wants to go first?
Let's go. Oh. That was me this morning during chapel. Okay.
All right, Morgan.
So, just like how I got here.
Yeah, tell us you want to tell us a little bit about your family history or why you're in foster care, or you might want to skip that part, whatever.
I came to the ranch from a small town that was like 2 hours away. And to be honest, when I first came to the ranch, I thought it was a summer camp. It looked just like a summer camp because it's old timey.
Yeah.
Looks like when like cowboys used to come out and have a showdown and stuff like that. So
this is true. Yeah.
Yeah. I came about 2 years ago, just because of some stuff that happened with my mom and police, and things weren't really going well. So, and then they sent us to actually this really nice couple that lived down the road. Turns out, and we had no idea who they were. And so they took us in for about, I think, a week.
When you very first came into foster care?
Yes.
Okay. And this was you and your brother, right?
Yes, this was me and my brother, Cole. And so, we were down there for a couple days, super nice people. And then went to school, and my caseworker came and got me and my brother and drove us to the ranch.
So basically, Morgan, kind of rough home life, some police involvement, some bad choices of parents, and you and your little brother wound up in foster care. And Christina, what about you? How'd you end up at the ranch?
My parents had a drug addiction and alcohol, and they beat us when we were kids. So I got put in foster care at the age of 10.
Oh, that's so young.
And then my first placement was in Fort Smith. And then I went to Pine Bluff and lived there for 3 years. And then went to Little Rock and then came to the ranch. I was 13 when I came to the ranch.
You're just a baby girl. Mm-hmm. What was it like switching foster placements? Because I know that that's kind of a thing that happens with kids in the system a lot. And I'm just being honest with you, I hate it. I hate the thought of a child having to go somewhere brand new, get used to people, settle in, and then be ripped from that and placed somewhere else and somewhere else. Was that hard?
Yes.
Yeah.
Especially when I lived in Pine Bluff for so long that I got really connected with the family, and being ripped from it was really hard.
Does it Does it become harder to trust people?
Yes.
What do you think? I mean, Morgan, I know we've talked before, and you've told me, you know, when you first came to the ranch, you weren't going to trust anybody. You had some walls up,
Yes.
you know. Why? Tell me about those walls. Why?
Growing up, it was just really hard to trust, like, people around me, especially my family, because, you know, they always told me that, you know, things were fine, things were good, but I knew that they weren't, just by, like, how they acted. And, you know, I was always lied to a lot as a kid,
Yeah.
and I just went through a lot of things with my family that caused me to, you know, have not very much trust in people.
And I mean, when the people who are really supposed to be the ones that love you the most and protect you the most are the ones who actually hurt you, how can you trust anybody? What was that like for you, Christina, when you first came and you had those walls up? I mean, what was going through your head?
I didn't talk to anybody. The only person that broke me was Miss Misty.
Yeah. Oh, she's a stubborn one. She'll get through your walls. She will just barrel right through.
Yes.
And that's what we got to do that sometimes, you know. How long did it take? Like, do you remember that, either one of you, when you first come and you're like, I don't like anyone here, I don't trust anyone, I'm not opening up? How long did it take till that started to break down some?
I think mine took, like, it wasn't very quick, because even, like, during, like, our, like, sessions,
Like therapy sessions.
Yeah, I wouldn't really talk, and so I think it took, like, maybe, like, a couple weeks.
Yeah, it took you a few weeks. What about you, Christina? Well, I'm going to correct you on that. I think you became more friendly after a few weeks, but I don't think you let anyone in for probably at least a year.
I was a very introverted person.
Yeah, and I remember too, you would try to seem perfect. Not perfect like you're perfect, but like nothing's wrong.
Yeah, like I'm
fine. Like I'm fine. Everything's fine. Yes, my world is falling apart. I don't know these people I have to live with. I'm in foster, but I'm fine. It's all fine.
It's all good.
Right. And I remember, you know, we felt like there was a breakthrough when you started just sharing some of your harder feelings that you're experiencing and letting us in a little bit. And honestly, I count that as a privilege, you know, whenever you start sharing those real feelings and you trust us enough to let us in. What about you, Christina? How long did it take before you figured out we're not evil? We're really good people.
About a year.
A year. Wow. Wow. What would be your advice to someone who's thinking about being a foster parent and or is a foster parent and they're like, I'm not getting through. I'm not making any difference to this child. So, something broke after a year. What's your advice to them?
Hold on, because it'll get there one day. Trust me.
Like, it takes time.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, both of you were older by the time you were teenagers by the time you came to the ranch. So that's a lot of years of learning not to trust people, of putting up walls. And it's pretty unfair to expect those to come down in just a few days or weeks. Yeah. Don't you think? Mm-hmm. And I think that there's power in just saying, even if you don't trust me, even if you don't love me back, I'm still here for you. You know, did y'all experience that? Did you feel like, even though nobody at the ranch could fix your problems, even though nobody could undo your past, did you feel like they were there with you? Did you feel that support?
Yes.
Tell me about it. Look at those smiles. We did something right, y'all. Tell me about it.
Well, when I first showed up and you guys kept trying to get me to talk and stuff, at first I just thought you guys were kind of annoying. No
Thank you
offense.
so much.
But eventually I realized, you know, it was all out of love, that you guys were just trying to get us to open up and, you know, understand why we were feeling that way.
Yeah. Who did you feel closest to at the ranch, Morgan? Don't say me because I'm sitting here. To be real. I mean, I know you love me, but.
Yeah. Probably it was my first house parent, which was Miss Nicole.
Miss Nicole, yeah.
She just really kind of impacted me.
How'd you know she really cared and this wasn't just a job or an obligation to her?
Like, even with the other kids, like, when you try to, like, push her away, she'll still, like, try to help you no matter what you say or do.
Wow, Kathy, those are two amazing young ladies, and what a story. And so rarely, because of the DCFS and legal guidelines, we can't put on the set our young people and show their faces. Because if we can, like we're doing now, it just really inspires and touches your heart.
Oh my goodness, I know. It's just, both those young women are just snapshots of the life change
Yeah.
that comes through Second Chance
Yeah.
Ranch, that our parents and the educators, even in ACA, just are such a community that changes a total environment around each child. And, you know, everything thrives in the right environment.
Yeah.
So I love their stories. You know, there's even more to the story that we'll get to, but thank God for all those who are helping the ranch do what they're doing to have this kind of outcome for so many lives.
Yeah, and then I don't know exactly all that's being talked about in this show, but Christina graduated ACA, Arkansas Christian Academy, our private school here at Family Church Bryant, and she got involved in dance with DOXA.
Right.
And then the founders of DOXA became her parents. They're her adopted
Right,
parents now.
right.
And now she is deeply involved in dance, Christian dance and presentations, and my granddaughter is a part of that, and it's changed her life, Christina's life as well. And then Morgan is still involved at Arkansas
Yes,
Christian Academy.
yes.
She's a cheerleader, and to hear their stories is just so life-changing.
And what touches Rachel in the show, you can tell, is just being able to say, you know, your countenance is just seeing the difference in both those
It
lives.
is huge. So stay tuned. We'll be back at the end of the show, and I know the Holy Spirit is speaking to you.
A mission field around you is filled with young hearts needing a forever family. And at Second Chance Youth Ranch, our team is committed to providing healthy, stable, loving homes and families to hurting children in the Arkansas foster care system and those up for adoption. Please contact us if you feel the tug at your heart to help foster or adopt, and find out the steps you could take to help fulfill a child's lifelong dream. Maybe you can't foster or adopt, but you could help. The need for thousands of children in the system is staggering. But with the help of faithful partners and business alliances, we are meeting those needs right now. Would you help us make a difference? Every gift, regardless of size, impacts a child's life directly and helps provide for a home in the gap right now. Visit the Second Chance Youth Ranch website at 2CYR.org to read more, watch the stories, and to make a contribution for a hurting child's care. Monthly partners are needed, so please contact us right away. And as you partner with this ministry, you are partnering with the Heavenly Father that has promised to be Father to the fatherless. God bless you for helping Second Chance Youth Ranch.
Christina, who was it at the ranch that you first connected with and you're like, okay, maybe I can trust these people? And how'd you learn that?
Miss Misty, the Wagnans. I was laying on the couch and I was talking to her and I was telling her how like I have seen grown-ups leave me without any hesitation or anything, and that's when she told me, I'll be with you till the end. And she was.
Aww. I think that that's a message that children in foster care need to hear loud and clear. And it's a hard one too, because generally foster parents are not going to be your parent forever. Like, it is a temporary thing. Both of you left Second Chance Ranch and moved in with an adoptive family. So when we say I'm going to be there forever, does that necessarily mean I have to be your parent forever? Like, what do you need from a foster parent to know they're not giving up on you, even though it is a temporary situation?
For me, it's just like to have you a phone call away.
Knowing that even once you're gone, you can call, you can visit. That Mr. Billy will pull through Chick-fil-A and hand you a $5 bill every time he comes.
Or just scoot into my lane.
Every time we're like, move it, we're getting in her lane. That's our girl. What else, Morgan? Like, what did Miss Nicole do that communicated to you that I'm going to be here for the long haul?
Well, when you're a house parent, you have like multiple kids and you just have to talk to all of them. She really, what stood out to me was that, like, no matter what each kid was going through, she was always there to listen and like keep track of what was going on in your life. And I just think that support overall
Yeah.
is a good thing to have.
Yeah. Like being there and seeing kids who lived there before come back or call or need something, and
Just
she's
like stay in touch.
staying in touch. Yeah. And I'm going to tell you girls a secret. Of everything that we do, we'll try not to cry. Nothing's more meaningful than when you guys, even after you've found your forever family, or after kids have gone back with their biological family, for them to still consider us like part of their story, and for you to keep in touch with us. And there's nothing better than us pulling up at Chick-fil-A and Christina, gives us the family discount. And it's not about the money. It's about that you consider us your family, And I just want y'all to know that means more than you could ever imagine. That's why we do this, is so that you girls know your value and your worth, and you know that somebody loves you forever, Stop making me cry.
It's like she was tearing up
No, my makeup is ruined on TV.
It's okay, there's no mascara.
Okay, good.
You're good.
Fan me.
You're
Dry it. Tell me a favorite memory. Well, what's one of your favorite moments at the ranch?
There's a lot. I don't know, every time I think of the ranch, I just kind of think of like all the kids.
Yeah.
And like house parents that have been through there, and it's crazy to think about. Because like it seems like so long ago, but there's so many that just went by like that.
Yeah.
So,
Because we have so many people there at once. It's like this one big, weird, crazy, chaotic family. But it's like, I always say you can't have too many people who love you. Like all of these people just adore you, and it's kind of a cool thing to be a part of, I think. What about you? You got a favorite moment or a favorite memory?
Lordy. Yes.
It's not embarrassing, is it?
Maybe a little bit. We were messing around with Missy because we were about to go on vacation, and we were all singing the Hard Knock Life song.
As we make sure.
Yes. Miss Missy was like, "Come on, guys."
Because that's what we want to be compared to, is the orphanage in Little Orphan Annie. Yes,
It
please.
was so funny. Miss Missy was like, "I'm done with y'all."
must be fun getting compared to Miss Hannigan.
Yeah, please don't ever call me Miss Hannigan, okay?
Well, your last name does start with an H.
It does. That is true. That is true. But please don't call me that. What would you guys say to somebody who is thinking about fostering, but they're scared about how it's going to affect their life? Because you guys have been on the inside. You have seen your foster parents on their worst days. You've seen them when they've thought about giving up, probably, when they've been frustrated, exhausted. It's not that easy, right? It's not easy to be a foster parent, but I will say it's not easy to be a foster kid either, right? Mm-hmm. But what would you say to someone who's considering it and they're just not sure?
It's a hard one.
Is it worth it?
Oh yeah.
Definitely.
I mean, they may change your life, but it could be for the better.
Yeah. I mean, would you guys be in a different place now if someone hadn't said yes? How would your life be different? If Second Chance Ranch didn't exist, if you were never connected with a really great foster family before your adoption, how would you be different?
I probably wouldn't be as like open up as much as I am now, because I, used to barely talk to anyone. And I feel like if the ranch didn't exist, I'd probably be bouncing around to like different foster homes or facilities, and my brother also. He probably wouldn't be with his family right now.
Yeah. And Christina, you did. I mean, you bounced around to several places before you came here. Why did you not bounce? Why were you able to stay at the ranch? What was different?
I was comfortable. I was safe, and I was away from drugs and all that.
Yeah. What could a foster parent do to make somebody feel comfortable?
Show that you care, that you truly care.
Mm-hmm. So they don't have to be a super parent. Nope. They don't have to do everything perfectly, right? They don't have to be super cool. They don't have to be rich. No. Definitely don't have to be rich, because y'all ain't never lived with anybody rich out here. But you just need to see that somebody cares, right? Yeah. And I think I think seeing that they don't want anything in return, there's no expectation from you. If you're closed off, then you're closed off. If you're having a bad day, then you're having a bad day. Like, we're okay with that. We're going to walk through that with you, right? What are y'all doing now? Tell me about your life since you have moved in with these fabulous families that we're so grateful for. What is life like?
It's a lot, how do I say this? It's been easier, just like also like getting places, because living out in the ranch, couldn't really.
So you like being in civilization. Okay. And
Very
I'm like 90% happy for you about that and 10% jealous. Like, mostly I'm glad.
Yeah,
but
you live out in like the boonies.
I do. Like, yeah. If I need a gallon of milk, then I got to wait till I got to go to town, But we do have a pool now.
I know. They got, after all of us left, they got the good stuff.
Right.
Of course.
So what, you're a senior in high school? Junior in high school.
Getting there.
And cheerleader? Are you still on the cheer team?
Yes.
Okay. What else is going on with you?
Honestly, not that much. Just, normal high school, teenage stuff. I retook the ACT, so I've been working on that.
Yes, good.
Thinking about college, still trying to get my permit. So
That's a scary thought.
yes.
What about you, Christina? What are you doing?
I'm in college,
In college, okay. And what are you going to college for?
culinary, to be a sous chef.
She's going to cook for us. I love it. And where do you work now?
Chick-fil-A. I'm trying to get another job.
Awesome. You are? You need more hours?
Yes.
Yeah. But we love Jesus chicken.
Yeah, always.
For sure. Yeah. Yeah.
That's why everyone's mad when it's closed on Sundays.
And
Yes.
the only time you want it is on Sundays.
I can agree
like,
with that.
really
Yes.
bad.
I always forget what day it is, and I'm like, oh yeah, it's Sunday.
And I know they're
Sunday.
closed because it's all Christian-y to be closed on a Sunday, but sometimes I need chicken. So you guys, tell me about your adoptive families.
They're great. Actually, we all have
They
a lot.
really are. I love them.
We all have a lot in common, me and my family. And what's funny is that they all knew like people who knew me before
Yeah.
they actually knew about me. Like they knew Miss Lauren. My dad went to high school or junior high with like Pastor Bradley, so that was really interesting. And so when I met them, they just we just connected.
Yeah. It feels like just the perfect fit.
Yeah.
To me, anyway. And I just think they're so blessed to have you. Like, they hit the jackpot for sure. Christina, tell us about the Bowmans.
I first met them when I started dancing again. She was my dance teacher for 4 years.
And Christina's mama is the director of 2CYR Arts Academy, and they actually do free dance and art and music lessons for children in foster care. So Christina, we do anything that's free, we're gonna do it, right? We love free stuff. So Christina was taking dance there and met the Bowmans.
And I didn't move in until I was 18.
And that's a thing, y'all. Like, you can do adult adoptions or be a sponsor for a child who's 18 who maybe doesn't want to be adopted, right? So just because kids are grown doesn't mean that they don't need a family.
Yeah. Speaking of that, I make the sweet arts this year. I'm actually cooking for the table again.
What are you making?
I can give you I can tell you one of them.
Oh, was it secret?
Wait, are you
Yes.
baking or cooking?
Both.
What are you baking?
I am making coffee cake with chocolate pudding layered, and then a red velvet with vanilla pudding layered.
Oh,
hungry.
Oh, me
sounds
too. So, for 2CYR Arts Academy, they do an annual fundraiser, and sounds like Christina's going to be raking in the dough with your baking. That's awesome.
When is the Sweet Arts?
It's in April.
April 3rd.
April 3rd. So, girls, we're just so proud of you both. What are you proud of? What's your proudest accomplishment?
Just that I've come this far.
Yeah. From your home life,
Yes.
which I know was rough. I
Yeah.
mean,
I've changed a lot. I was slightly more difficult before I showed up at the ranch.
yeah.
I didn't want people to know me.
Right.
I kind of wanted to just I was one of those people that like to stay in the background because I felt like I didn't need to be cared about or anything.
Yeah.
So,
Do you know your worth now?
yes.
Good. What are you most proud of?
That I've gone from somebody who thinks they can't do anything to a person who actually can do something.
You can do anything. Absolutely. Man, girls, when I think about how far y'all have come, I think that y'all are different people than when you first came to the ranch. I don't look at you and see somebody who's hurting and broken and whose past is defining them. I see you both as just these vibrant, beautiful, smart, fun, funny women that God is going to use in a big, big way.
Kathy, what do you have to say about this program? And so, like I said in the previous segment, we don't get to often showcase the success, which means lives changed.
Right.
This is powerful.
It's, you know, I am rarely speechless, but just the beauty of these stories and the full circle moments that our staff and our adoptive and foster parents come to with a lot of these stories, you know, like Christina talked about how much she was bounced around, the difficulty of that, and that really stops when they come here.
Yeah.
You know, the bouncing around stops, the environment changes, the sun starts to shine, and even though there are some hard days sometimes now, and to think of Christina being a babysitter and helping other kids and doing all the things that she's doing, they're both just such a precious snapshot
Well, what God
of
has
the
been so
victory.
gracious to do here is we have a local church, and may I add, a dynamic local church that is Word Christ based. We don't compromise anything.
He is strong as garlic. That's
And
in a
sweet
good
as,
way.
Sweet as pie.
And sweet as honey.
And a private Christian school and the ranch.
And daycare. I mean, we go.
All of it.
Yeah.
And then we have our partners like DOXA, all of our business partners, our personal partners, our church family that comes alongside, and all of our community. And God's doing all this. And this is the result. You see these young ladies' lives change.
Yeah.
And you want to be a life changer? Make a connection with us right here at Second Chance Youth Ranch. You can be a part. You can plant a seed, or you can come out and help meet a need. Will you please reach out to us? We look forward to hearing from you. Until then, we'll see you next time right here at 2CYR-TV. God bless.
Second Chance Youth Ranch was recently asked to take in a sibling group. The sibling group came into foster care because they were begging their neighbors for food. Every child in this family tested positive for meth in their system. We are full to capacity, and we had to turn these siblings away. Will you help us grow so that our answer can be yes to children like these?